Good evening, everybody. This is 7th Day Racing, and tonight we are at the iconic track of Brazil for Tier 1, and this is round 10 coming towards the end of the season. And tonight I'm joined in the comms box by Mr. Lions.
Oh, and Coonage is the same as it's grand, bro. It's Lions, Lions, whatever you want. Hello.
Yeah. So, Brazil. Track of favourite track of many people, especially Kieran, who's very good at this track. One of the championship contenders, of course. Yeah. So first up, we have Vegeta in the Haas. Actually trying to get Kieran back in the lobby because he actually lagged out just as the game was beginning. So hopefully can get back in. But here comes Vegeta to start his final lap, winner of China last week. He was commentating that one. That was a really good race, wasn't it?
Brilliant race, it was fantastic. You know, it came down to the last lap. A lot of great battles, very clean race. There's only, I think there was one safety car throughout, but you know, there's no major incidents or anything like that. It was a very entertaining race to both commentate and watch.
Yeah, Vegeta hunting down Elite Risk in them last laps on the fresher tyres, passed on the final straight.
No, I didn't
Very
think he was going to be able to do it. I was watching it and I was thinking in the back of my head, can he push it? And that gap just kept getting smaller. It was incredible to watch. Truly, it's some top tier driver from Vegeta.
Yeah, he's only had a few races so far in his 7GR career, but he's won 2 already out of 4. So. He is very, very quick driver.
He is, and he's flying on his first lap here. Doesn't look like he made any mistakes. Looks very close to the apexes, keeping it flat in the corners. You know, it's looking good. He's going to see his time pop up here now. Just as he comes up to pit straight. 7-2. Very tight.
So that's with Alros comes in at 7.7. One of the title contenders. Bit of a 2-horse race between Alros and Kieran. Only 10 points separate him going to the last few rounds. And then it's a little way back to Elite Risk. We need something if he wants to get in this title race, but the times fly in now. We've got Pac Bussy. Go P2 with 7.5, so decent up there.
Nice gap that Vegeta has. Already 3/10.
Yeah, he's certainly laid down the marker so far. Kieran now out. One to watch definitely because he's got a very good record around here. 2 podiums out of 3 races, winning one of them. And he does hold the pole record, sorry, for 1:06.7, and that was on F1 2020. So I wouldn't expect that to be beaten today.
I believe he actually got off to a strong quali last week. It was either him or Aurelian. I believe it was Kieran, correct me if I'm wrong. But Kunich had his commentary curse on him and it kind of went a bit downhill after the race start.
Yeah, Kieran, where did he finish last week? He had, let's have a look. He definitely got some ground back. 4th place for Kieran last week, so
good recovery. Might have been Aurelian that talk. I was one of them, but you know, very strong qualifying and just dropped off. But Kunich was explaining to me his commentary curse that he has on people, and quite amusing to see it in effect right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, Aurelian does have very bad luck on this in this league. Yet
slow
to win a
around
race.
that first corner.
There's Safe Master crossing the line. He's on a good time, it looks like. Yeah, P3, 7.5 for him. That's a decent lap there from Alfa Romeo driver. So So we'll have a look aboard of Kieran.
A decent lap so far, he's pushing the limits. He might run into a bit of traffic already and gets out of the way very nicely. Fuel stugs the apex, keeps it clean. Go throttle nicely, no slip. Not wide, bring it back in. Perfect.
Could potentially get a little slipstream from his teammate as well.
It might have been
Coming up on the
part of the
straight.
plan, it might have been communicated. It might look to be very nice. The AlphaTauri EQR, ooh, just diving out of the way. I think he might be slightly out of range for slipstream. Very nice, so 173, not quite as fast as Gia, but a very nice tidy lap. I think he can beat that on his second lap. There was the first corner, he was a bit slow around, okay, he ended up being wide coming down the hill. But I'd say he improves on that, I'd say he could be on the Gia's heels.
Yep, definitely. Fury on the soft now, set as a 108 on the mediums. But a couple of people to look out for tonight making their debuts is XRL Jacob and Mr. Nazar, who, there he is, and also gone out on the mediums. No, Mr. Nazar is very quick, he drives the esports team as well.
Nicking a bit of a slipstream there off XRL Jacob.
We have a couple of cars about to cross the line. It's Fear Lucy on the mediums. That's 8.7 and a half. Who was that? That was Vegeta starting another lap, I think. Who just invalidated, so he won't be improving.
That's looking very, very quick on these mediums.
Aurelian sets a 7.9 on the mediums. Fastest of the medium runners so far. Only P12 for him.
Here comes Mr. Naza about to come onto the pit straight. Let's see what you can put on the board with the medium tyres. Very nice, very clean lap run. Nice and close to the wall. 108.2.
Jumps up a position. Next cross the lines at Alpine. Oh, John McGill, and he goes P3 with 7.5, a decent lap there.
A brilliant lap as well. Not too far off the leaders there. Very, very close to Pac Bussy as well.
Yeah, Brazil is one of them tracks where you get
Every
so
corner.
it's a short track.
Millimeter perfect.
Yeah, short track, so you get a lot of very close qualifying.
A tyre strategy as well. What would you go for? I think I'd personally push on the softs, try to get them as long as I can. But you know, Brazil, you've got a lot of heavy swinging corners. It's going to be very hard on the soft tyres. I'd say that's what Aurelian and Nazar are going for. Maybe just a long stint on the mediums and hop for the softs or the hards at the end.
Yeah, I can't remember the strategy around here because I haven't actually done a race, but I did watch the Brazil Tier 2. I think it was it rained in that race anyway, but I think it is a one stop round here, soft and medium. As you see, there we go, Jacob on his debut goes P3 with 7.4, decent time there for his first or second run.
Very rapid up. You could also go with the alternative strategy that I came up with on my run on the Tier 2 race, which is start on the soft, wait for a safety car, and then in it on the safety car, you know, so you don't have to take the car to the end. You don't have to worry about tyres if you're DNF, you know.
Yeah, but we see Pac Bussy go P2 and Vegeta improves his time to 7.1.
Very, very quick lap.
Certainly laying down the marker tonight. Safe Master is up on his time, he's about to cross the line. Will he jump anywhere? He jumps John McGill into P5. It's a decent lap.
It's not a massive gap from P1 down the board, you know, as you said, very small track where the qualifying is going to be very close, especially towards those final runs. You're going to see some very, very close times.
Yeah.
Alros
Both
coming back out
drivers
for
in the
another
sevens. There's a Ferrari, King Gorniak, it is. He was on pole last time in the wet, and he goes P5, yeah. he's had a couple of poles around, a couple of podiums around Brazil as well. So Elite Risk
Elite
comes
Risk with a... Oof. That is a very...
Pips Vegeta.
Again, not a massive gap. It's a, what you said is coming to fruition. Those very, very tiny gaps coming in the qualifying. Especially as well, like a small track like Brazil, you're going to have a lot of traffic and also opportunities for slipstream. So I think Elite Risk might have got a bit lucky there with a bit of slipstream and traffic coming towards that final straight.
Yeah, Elite Risk is a previous winner around here, so we know he's like this track.
Hopefully he gets
Aros
some luck
begins
on this round, considering last race he just got stubbed out by Vegeta on the end after an almost perfect race from him.
Yeah, I've seen quite a big improvement from Elite Risk. He's always been a pretty quick driver, but he's managed to, certainly this season, playing with the big boys, trying to get some wins in that.
Alros 2/10 up on his lap. No, that's only the first sector.
Currently P12, he does need a good qualifying out. If he wants to
Almost
keep ahead
pushing
of
the limit
Kieran.
there.
Currently the championship leader
Bit of
by
a
10
slow
points
entry.
back to Kieran.
Bit clean around that high speed left hander. Full on the accelerator.
This looks a very good lap. This could be provisional on pole.
This could be a pole lap, just about to say myself, yeah. That will be
And
a
it is.
169. We're into the 1.6s. That is a brilliant lap from Alros.
Yeah, from P12 to P1. Now, can Kieran respond? He's currently on his way out. Probably time for sorry, a couple of laps, I reckon, as we see a Haas. Look at that.
Haas is putting out the elbows a bit in the pit there.
Yeah,
Vegeta
Vegeta.
at the, trying to stop Kieran, trying to throw his hat in the ring for the championship, trying to stop Kieran to get proper lapping.
I wouldn't be surprised if Vegeta got damaged from that. So he'd be,
Well, it did look, I
might be coming
thought
back
I
in.
saw a bit of carbon fibre from it, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, so not too many cars out on track right now. We've got Rain on Owlap, who has 3 poles this season already. Very quick driver, but can't quite put it into the race.
Kieran trying to
See
slow it up a bit,
Alpine
try
round
to
at the
pull
first
back.
corner.
Now Kieran's going to have to craft an almost masterclass of a lap here now to try to beat that 169 from Alros. That was a amazing lap. I was watching 210, no, almost 3/10 up in that first sector. Brilliant, and then just keeping it real high speed through that middle sector, and then down the back straight as well. Now Kieran on his second hot lap. Nice and clean through turn 1. Plenty of curb. Flat out down the straight.
Hello, what are you, F1? Our friends on another league. And Fresh says to you, please don't try any of Lion strategies at home.
No, the DNF strategy, it's Kieran invalidates, takes it on a bit too much curb. He was a 10th up in the first sector, he got a bit too greedy on the curb. He's invalidated his lap. Does he have time to get around for another? Will he stay on those tyres? I don't think he has time to
I
come back
reckon
in.
so. He might have time, but we did see just Rain there go P2, almost into the 6s, and very tight at the top now. Vegeta is down on his time, he's backed off. He's going to go for another one. That might suggest there's no time for another one for these boys now pitting.
Doesn't look like a very aggressive corner entry from Vegeta. He might be laying off in this lap as well, but he is using the DRS. Well, we just had a bad first corner. Kieran's gone back in as well. Do you reckon he can make it back out in time?
Yeah, I reckon
Gonna be close. Gonna be very, very
it's
close.
going to be tight, but yeah. Oh, Vegeta's invalidated his lap, unfortunately. So that could be Vegeta done.
Hey, Kieran is mashing all the buttons now to try to get that car back out in front. He is sweating.
But there's not too much movement in the pits just yet for the rest of the drivers, so he might still have time. See John McGill coming out. Who will be next on a hot lap? I'm not too sure. Fury Knights will go on board with him, currently P9. Let's see what the Williams driver could do. Finished second here in season 4 last season. And he's usually up there in qualifying as well.
Elite Risk 168. 10th up on Alaros. That is a perfect lap. Fury Knight getting the gear stuck a bit on that second sector, or toward the ends of the first sector, excuse me.
Kieran's still in the pit, so is he done for the day?
Save it, let's say he's might be a bit frustrated, might just leave the action to the race. Fury Knight 6,000th up on his lap, can he improve?
Looks like he will, but I don't think it's gonna prove him too
That
much.
of a difference.
Ooh,
He's up to
P6.
P6, you know, it's not too bad. Better than where
We
he's
just jumped up the order there. Oh, Aurelian up to P2. Great lap. Just look at how close that is there. What's that?
Insane. 5,000ths of a second. It's going to be a very, very close race today. Everybody appears to have a lot of pace tucked away, so should be in for a nice, exciting race.
Yeah, Rain is about to start another lap. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him. He might have just started another hot lap, which could impede him. It's the Williams of Good. Who I don't think it's on a hot lap, so
Hopefully dives out the way in due time. Oh!
ooh, big crash there for Rain.
The quick exit from qualifying. He put his time in, didn't want to wait through the loading screen, so yeah. Taking the emergency exit, so to speak.
Right, so who can topple Elite Risk of that top spot?
Aurelian far off
Aurelian
his lap.
is coming in, so is Fury Knights.
Mr. Naz at 110th
He
up
is
on his
finished.
time. Comes around
Yeah, count down
straight.
P15.
Looks like he's going for that P1. P9 inside the top 10. It's going to be on the softs.
Jacobs up on his time, he's about to cross the line, and he goes P8. So Kieran on to the mediums now. He's on the out lap, he says, so is he on that? Bit confused here. Everyone's finished, but he's
strike over there, Cody's.
Pack has invalidated his lap, he won't be improving. Well, it looks like we're finished. Unless Kieran's not using any ERS or anything, so I'm not too sure. See if he comes in or carries on going.
I mean, either
He
way.
just turned his hot lap on.
Does he know? Is he aware?
There we go, he's now starting his final lap by the sounds of it. Looks like it.
Yeah, but that's
Not sure how
that's a real
how that's
strange-
working, but
okay. we're in for a bit of a wild one here now if Kieran takes fall. He's 2/10 up on the first sector. Oh my god. I wouldn't be too impressed now if I was Elite Risks or Aurelian if he's about a minute past the qualifying time and is able to do a hot lap.
yeah, we did say he lagged out right at the start of this session, so there could be some sort of bug here
Could have got more time maybe.
due to
perhaps.
that. Yeah. But we'll see if this time actually counts.
Four tenths. Oh, I don't know. I think this might be a bit of a Cody's mistake, but we'll see. This will be brilliant now if he takes pole.
If it counts, it's looking like very close to pole. Or pole. Oh, yeah, it counts.
P3,
Up to
and it
P3.
counts. Oh my god, that is brilliant.
That's a strange one, but
Kieran saw the timer and he said, "No, thank you. I'll go on my own time." And with that, he gets P3. We're starting on P3. Excuse me.
yeah. So the two championship rivals next to each other on the grid. Kieran in P3 and Aros in P4.
Now, if you're Alros, are you pissed off now that because Kieran didn't have a brilliant quali, but then he seemed to just simply ignore the timer and go out for another lap?
Yeah, that was a very strange one.
Look at that 5,000 from Elite Risks or Aurelian.
Would you like to do the honours of running down the grid order?
Of course, we have
30
Elite Risk
seconds
starting
ago.
in pole. We have Aurelian starting in second. Kyron with his dodgy lap in P3. Alros P4. EQR Rain 5. Vegeta 6. Origin Finn 7th. Pac Bussy 8. XRL Jacob 9th. Fury Knights 10th. Mr. Naza 11th on his debut. Gorniak 12th. F1 Safe Master 13th. Joel 14th. Jay McGill 15th. Pro Gamer Earth 16th. David Nkuba 17th. Pudgy Porter 18th. And Fear Lucci in 19th.
Yeah, very good qualifying there from Elite Risk. And we have a nice sunny start to this race.
Sun in Brazil? Since when?
Yeah.
It's one of those, you expect Brazil to be a nice tropical area, but you do get a lot of wet races, especially on the game. It's kind of, it's like Singapore. It's like you're expecting rain almost every time you go for a race.
Yeah. Just reading the chat, apparently Kieran said he had 3 minutes left compared to whoever.
Let's go, Cody. God damn it.
Good luck to Naz and Furies from IF1. Fresh wants to hear your predictions for the race.
Well, if Kieran can continue the magic tricks, I'd say he'll just teleport in front of everybody and maybe just take P1. We'll see. But you know, it's very strong quality from Elite Risks, Alros, and Kyron. I think we can be in for a very close race. You know, it's a dry race, less chance of a safety car. If everybody keeps it clean, I think we're in for a very nice, entertaining race. But that first corner, especially on a race start, it can be very, very dodgy. Especially you've got everybody wanting that inside line and wanting to keep it clean, but it's a very hard left-hander. So, but you know, Brazil, not that punishing of a track, a lot of runoff area, the walls aren't too close, so it's open to interpretation really, but I think we're in for a nice good race. Kieran as well, starting right beside Alros, the two championship rivals. I'd say they're both going to go for a dive on that first corner, so just have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's going to be, as you say, a very tight first, second corner. Nobody wants to lose some early wing damage early on. But I'd say I fancy Elite Risk to win this. He's won round here before. He's on good form.
I think he deserves after last week as well.
Yeah, and he almost got it last week.
Almost lost on the second last corner, if I remember correctly.
But also Kieran, it's a good record round here as well, and he wants to catch Aros in the championship. I just can't predict it. It's just looking at the top six and just thinking how fast they are. It could be anyone's.
It really could be anyone. Very, very close gap, especially in that top 10. Everybody was very, very on the ball today, I suppose.
You know, don't want to discount Nazar and K Gorniak as well. We'll be on the alternative strategy probably.
I believe Lucci as well, starting in P19, is also starting in the mediums as well, so probably going for a long stint compared to everybody else in the softs.
Yeah, we could see some safety cars very sensitive around here, so if there is going to be a crash, there's most likely will be a safety car come out. And that's going to be in favour for the medium runners if it comes out at the right time.
Yep. Could be also, you could employ my strat as well. You know, it's always a viable strategy. You need tyres when you're retired.
If you didn't see that race.
Just a pro tip, you know, the steering wheel on the car is to steer the car and not just fly into the wall when you're trying to change your fuel mix during a safety car.
Teleporting is Bio's party trick. According to Fresh. Yeah, I do remember Bio had a bit of a dodgy connection last time. He was teleporting everywhere. Was another dodgy connection is Fear Lucy. We saw that last time I streamed this race in Brazil. He was driving underneath the map.
So Brazil seems to be the magic land. Then you have people there pulling time out of nowhere. You have teleportation. You have morphing through the ground. You know, the land of opportunity. Let's say.
Yeah, it is a very glitchy track. It has been for a couple of years now, I think. But hopefully no issues tonight. Well, I've already seen Kieran get 3 minutes out somewhere, and I think Fury Knight's just rejoined the race. He's lost connection, so he won't be starting in control. Here we go for the formation lap. Let's have a look at the tyre strategies. Who's gone for what? So only 3 drivers gone for the medium tyres. Are you surprised by that?
I mean, it's really, as we said, the tyre strategy is open to interpretation. Now, Brazil, it can be, especially that sector 3, very hard on the tyres with those high-speed corners. But you know, it's also a very short track, so a hard push on the soft tyres is a viable strategy. But you know, as you said, the safety car, it can be a possibility, especially with that weird first corner. So you know, you could go for a gamble. But you know, I was expecting to see maybe 1 or 2 more on. But you know, I'd say everybody's going for that aggressive strategy. You know, short track, go for the softs, push as hard as you can, and hope for no mistakes or safety cars. You know.
Yeah. Just realised Pro Gamer down P16. That's not normally where you see Pro Gamer at. Normally within the top 10 somewhere.
Not ideal.
Very bad qualifying.
So the game predicting a 1-stop strategy from soft to hard, or a 2-stop from soft to medium.
So it could be 2-stop. Unless somebody can stretch out them softs and then go on to the mediums maybe.
You all know how Jeff can pull out some tyre strategy sometimes that won't quite make sense. So we'll see. My debut race on Monza, when it was absolutely lashing rain, Jeff told me to go on the slicks. So you know, tyre strategy is really open to interpretation, especially when the game suggests it.
Yep, as they now start to line up. There's a little bit of a gap there, so front 5 starting on a little bit colder tyres.
Well, there is a
hopefully
bit of
we make it through.
Back of the pack, very far off the pace.
Hope we do make it through the first 2 corners incident free, because this track is very good for racing. Lots of overtaking opportunities. DRS very powerful.
Very slipstream on the back straight as well. You can chase people right up to the finish line.
Yep, and here we go for round 10. 2-1 Brazil, and we are away. Looks like Elite Risk got a good start. Brilliant. So car teleporting at the back.
Looks like a clean start at the front. Oh, EQ on Rain.
Car gone around.
Rain is out. He manages to keep the tyres attached. There's definitely some damage.
So they're back out. So Rain and Fury Knights, who started on AI, and also is that Pro Gamer's gone around as well. Oh, there's a big crash at the back. Fury Knights is out. And that could be an early safety car.
BSC. There we have it, that dodgy first sector. Oh, and David Akuba with a 5-second penalty after a severe collision with Gornia. Didn't quite see what happened there, but you know, it could just be a hard braking under BSC, you know. Hard to say. I don't think that's a serious incident, happens to anybody.
No, so amongst that, Vegeta up to P4, up 2 places. John McGill could start as well.
Kieran's managed to wedge Vegeta between himself and Arrow, so that's going to be going towards his advantage in the championship.
Yeah. You see a Ferrari pit, that's Origin Finn. It's BNFL wing change. And also David and Cuba.
Now EQR Rain hasn't gone into the pits. He did have a spin on that first corner, dropping to the back of the grid, but I think he just managed to avoid damage, which is fairly impressive considering you're not too far off the wall on that first corner.
No, he's still in this. He's not too far behind. Pack to be underway again. So Dawes and Cuba gone for the hard tyre. He's going to try and go along and hope for another safety car. And we could see a big DRS train form in a few laps. It's absolute key that you stay in it. If you tail off, as I said, DRS is very powerful. Elite Risk will lead us.
Really getting a nice slipstream off Elite Risk. He might try to dive down the inside here. He's trying on the ERS. He's looking at the inside and he looks back. He's not going to try this time. He's going to get a slipstream down this first straight here. Elite Risk keep it fairly clean. Aurelian back on the ERS, looking for it again. The ERS is on. The Elite Risk keeps it on the outside. Aurelian not feeling dicey just yet, but getting very close there. I think he might have him on that pit straight now.
Yeah, he's front three, getting away a little bit. Vegeta just about a second behind. He's free.
Vegeta off his usual
he's going to be vulnerable.
Pace, but I'd say he's not too far off.
Yeah, he wants to make sure he does get into the DRS range when it activates. Otherwise he could see himself falling back quite a bit.
But Kieran, just
see
like
anyone.
is hot on the heels of Elite Risks, Kieran is right on the back of Aurelian as well, so it looks like we could be in for a few changes of the lead here now in the next lap or two.
Yep, most certainly.
Brilliant again, he's looking at the inside, but not quite. I think he's a bit far back. He probably needs another 10th or 2 to try to dive on Elite Risks. He's very close now, coming down that back straight. DRS is on. He's already, without the DRS, he's on him. Goes for the inside. Not a whole lot of Elite Risks to do there. I think he just has to give the position and hope to come back at him on that pit straight.
Yep, decent move there to change the lead. There's also Pac Bussy has been pushing Aros along the last few corners. He's right on his gearbox and he's actually used a lot of his ERS, so he is pushing hard in this early stage.
Now as well, can Elite Risks defend from Kieran? I don't think he can attack Aurelian just yet. I think he has to worry about Kieran because he's also losing a lot of time to Kieran. Elite Risks in danger here of dropping down to P3.
Yeah, but as long as he's in that DRS, he should be fine. If he just get a little bit squiggly out of that corner.
Kieran hot on the tail of Elite Risks. This would be huge for Kieran if he can put 2 cars between him and Alros.
So he decides not to use the ERS just yet.
Kieran's saving that battery. Elite Risk moved to the inside, not quite. Ooh, getting very close, very late on the braking. Keep it nice and clean through the S. ERS is on again, but Elite Risk also has it. Here, not quite diving up the inside just yet. Very, very close between our 3 leaders here. Vegeta is 0.9 off. He has a very great view of the battle between P1, P2 and P3 here. Alros is hot on the tail of Vegeta as well. Vegeta is trying to chase down Kieran as desperately as he can.
Yeah, he is in DRS range just about. But this sector 2 here is where time is gained and lost. looks like he's gonna. If he's having a yellow flag and a safe master.
There's a spin there in the second sector. We have safety car.
There he is. Probably lost it on the exit. Very tricky traction zone that is.
Where you have to ease onto
what
the
does-
accelerator. You can't just jam it down and hope for the best.
Yeah, what does the leaders do here? They're
Three
staying
leaders
out.
staying out. We have
Vegeta's
Vegeta
in.
hopped into the pits.
As well as a few others taking advantage of this safety car. So will they get onto the halves to the end, or will they go for another two?
Vegeta hopping onto the mediums. Looking like he's gonna come back in, maybe push the mediums and maybe hope for a long soft stint at the end.
Yeah, so Pat Bussey and John McGill both went for the halves, so they probably would last to the end, I'd say. Well, that's what they're hoping for. But top six staying out on them soft tyres. So at the minute, I'd probably say advantage K Gorniak and these other medium runners.
Pudgy Border and Pro Gamer also in the mediums for a while. Didn't need to pit. Very good. I mean, it's a very hit and miss strategy to hope or almost predict a safety car. But you know, when you're in the position that Gorniak, Pudgy Porter, and Pro Gamer, it works out brilliantly. They're in a very good position now, and then our leaders still have to pit, still on the sauce. Elite Risks and Kieran getting very elbows out with the safety car now, almost touching wheels on a few corners there, especially in the first sector.
Yeah, so these softs will probably last another 5 laps or so, including the ones underneath the safety car, before they think about pitting. As Pat Bussey has retired from the session somehow. Maybe warming his tyres up. There he is. Into the wall.
It's tough, you know, he was on the hard hope for a long stint. He also had the fastest lap. What you want.
So those 3 drivers. Lap 7.
Also, I meant to say, before we had the safety car, just the gap between those, I'm going to say at least the top 12 drivers, almost under a second between almost every car. It was a very competitive race we have going. It's going to be competitive right off the bat from when the safety car goes in again. Seems everybody's trying to keep it clean today, apart from 1 or 2 outstanders.
Yep, so also looking back at the field, Vegeta's still in a good position. He might have been a good option to pit there. He is will be in like net P1 when the pit stoppers come in.
Well, I think if he keeps his head down, you know, he's on fresher tyres than the 3 boys ahead of him, so might just be able to squeeze past him and get back into position just as the our leaders pit.
Yep, safety car is on the lap, so not too long underneath safety car. We'll see when Aurelian sends them.
Well, really backing them up. Gonna get a lot of heat into those soft tyres.
Yeah, he wants to minimise the slipstream that Elite Risks will be getting as well.
Elite Risks raring to go, almost past Aurelian there under safety car.
There you go, and we're off again. Until lap 8
Kieran
really
getting a
leads.
slipstream on Elite Risks. He's gonna try the inside, not quite. He's gonna have a brilliant slipstream down though this next pit, or down this next straight. It's a good run off the S's. He's using the ERS on the Elite
There's a
Risks.
contact at the back there. John McGill has spun off.
Kieran and Elite Risk going into the next corner contact. Kieran or Elite Risk just managed to stay ahead. Not sure if Elite Risk could have left Kieran a bit more room there, but Elite Risk does manage to stay ahead.
These two getting very racy early on.
Elite Risk not wanting to lose another position after really zoomed by him on that pit straight with the very strong slipstream and the DRS that you were talking about. We get with these small tracks.
Yeah, and Aurelian has actually pulled out a little gap already because of that little battle, and he's currently out of DRS range.
So your
Does
Aurelian's
get
more
activated.
than happy with that. Alros as well, also right on the back of Kieran.
So Elite Risk is going to be under a lot of pressure here now. He's lost the DRS. Not activated just yet.
Aurelian with a 197, the fastest lap on the sauce.
And Vegeta might be having a look here. As Pudgy Porter's made a little mistake. Doesn't quite take advantage. Jacob right behind these two as well, making his debut, currently P11. Just a massive train.
I was gonna say
right
once
now.
again, it's we got a conga line of cars, very competitive race. Nobody too far from the next car in front, except for Aurelian. Aurelian is pulling away now. The gap is up to 1.5.
You see Origin Finn on board with him now, very eager to get past David and Kuba, who's on them hard tyres.
I'm not sure. I didn't want to say it. I think Elite Risks might have picked up a bit of damage in that during the safety car. Just towards the pit straight, he was warming up the tyres and he went a bit close to the wall. I'm unsure if he scraped the front wing or not. Then he got very close to Kieran on that battle. He might have taken a bit of damage to the side of the car as well.
Yeah, he certainly dropped off the pace a little bit, as we saw Pudgy Porter spin a minute ago. So DRS now
back
is
in the
enabled, so
Kieran's going to be thirsty for that P2 now. Elite Risk with a bit of rear slip coming out of that first corner there.
here we go. This could be a pass for Kieran. Is he going to make it in time? I don't think he
He's
is.
a bit too far back.
No.
Doesn't fancy the lone jump to the inside. Elite Risk now 1.7 behind Aurelian.
Actually, Pro Gamer move up to P7, but K Gorniak's going to try and fight back. But decides the door is closed now. 2 seconds is the gap, nearly.
Can't see
Really-
any visible damage on Elite Risk. I think he might have just worn down the sauce with that, just pushing to try to stay away from Kieran.
Yeah, them soft tyres will be pretty worn out by now.
The rear was sliding away from him on the exit of that first corner on the last lap. Now Kieran with the ERS charge on. The ERS he's going to get soon. This is looking very dangerous for Elite Risks. Wherever he goes, he's going to choose the inside Elite Risks, leaving plenty of room. I think Elite Risks can do a whole lot about that. And now Kieran getting another car in between him and Alros.
Yep, easy pass there. Can Elite Risk fight back? See, now he will have a DRS. As Alros is going to make a move as well on the Elite Risk.
Can he? Is he going to fancy this Elite Risk? You know, he's going to leave in the room. He does. Elite Risk not ready to give the corner up, but he's going to have to. Not out of the battle just quite yet. I'd say Elite Risk, he might just have the DRS on that pit straight there if he manages to stay on the tail of Alros.
Yeah, it's a decent move there from Alros. He had to make that move to keep up with Kieran.
Now Kieran's
But he
trouble
has-
is definitely out of DRS range of Aurelian, and Alros is hot on the charge behind him.
Yeah, Alros has used a lot of his DRS though with that battle, so Kieran's still with pretty much a full tank as he now sets his sight on Aurelian in P1. See Pudgy Porter pit again. He must have wing damage as he gets lapped. See Mr. Nazar now lining up Elite Risk.
Ross is looking in a very strong position, about to come onto this back straight here. Not a whole lot of ERS for Taco. He's going to have to rely on the DRS. Very close to Kieran. He might try to lunge up the inside. I think he's a bit too far back. Needs to charge that battery for a bit.
There's K Gorniak and Pro Gamer once again switch places for P7.
Now Mr. Naza is hot in the tail of Elite Risk. Can Elite Risk lose another position? Hopefully not. He had a brilliant start. It just might not be his day. He might have picked up a bit of damage. Maybe he's pushed the tyres too hard.
Yeah, if I was Elite Risk, I'd probably pit this lap and just try and get the undercut.
Yeah, get the mediums on, go for a long stint, throw the sauce back on at the end of the race. Another yellow flag. We
John
have,
McGill.
David Kuba, I believe, at the back. Oh,
It
excuse
was a
me.
safety car, so yeah, it's John McGill, I think.
Yep.
That was turn 1.
Our leaders have to pit here. Yeah. Bit of a questionable strategy not to pit here. Yep, Aurelian's in. Kieran's in. Alros is in. Late risks. Naza. Joel. Oh, and Gorniak coming in as well. Could have maybe pushed a few more laps on those mediums, but
Yeah, pretty much the whole entire field has pitted here, apart from Vegeta. And Porter hasn't come round to the pit lane yet.
those pit crews are very busy today. Earning the paychecks today.
So I think the order will stay as it was, unless there was any double stacking going on.
Jacob serving a
Looks
time
like
penalty as
Jacob-
well while he's in the pits.
Oh yeah, I say Jacob lost a lot of positions there. Now it really is race on. Vegeta on 6th lap old tyres, so he's going to be vulnerable at the start of this restart. Podgy Porter, who's been a lap car, has got himself into a P5 slot in front of Elite Risk and Aros. So he could be a little bit of a obstacle at the start.
Oh, he has actually. That's not going to be ideal. Although it could serve Elite Risk a bit of an advantage, get back in the race, could get a nice slipstream if Podgy Porter gets out of the way just in time. But obviously not fast enough, just so he can gain the slipstream. Not too many penalties today as well. I mean, Brazil can be tough if you're trying to push around those sweeping corners. You can take on a bit too much curb and get some time penalties. But I think almost minimal penalties today. I think.
Yeah, like you said, it's very easy to get a warning, especially at this corner here, turn 1 and 2. Yeah, Podgy has pitted now, so he's going to be out of the way. I think he did that by purpose, so he's not in the way, because he was on them fresh mediums. So fair play to Podgy, even though he's a lap down, just doesn't want to interfere.
That's just sportsmanship, you know. You're not racing for the lead or points at that rate, so you might as well just get out of the lads' way and let them race, you know.
Yeah.
Fair play to Podgy.
So K Gorniak and Pro Gamer on the soft tyres. You can see an early attack from them. They could get involved.
We've got a nice mix as well. We've got a few. We've got EQR Rain, Joel, and Origin Finn on the hards.
Yeah, they obviously don't think the mediums won't last to the end, but we'll see.
Vegeta's gonna have to start looking in his bag of tricks now with the old laps Aurelian on the fresh tyres behind him. Should see the safety car in this lap, but don't quote me.
Yeah, everyone has caught up, and you are right. So Vegeta will start backing up the field a bit. Aurelian on the much fresher tyres. Could see him jump right at the start.
Very raring to go. So we're right back in the back of Vegeta. Vegeta floors it. Aurelian not too far off behind him. He might not have it on this pit straight, but he'd probably have it on the second one.
Yeah, Link Risk has had a good restart. He's side by side with Mr. Naza. He holds on to that position.
Aurelian getting a good launch off that S. Vegeta trying to swerve, try to do as much as he can to defend that position. Might have it still, he does have the inside line. Ooh, almost contact. Vegeta just manages to lose the position to Aurelian. Very close racing there. Kieran hot in the tail of Vegeta as well. We try one around the S. He does, he goes for the inside of Vegeta. Vegeta just leaves enough room for Kieran to slip wide. That was a very nice move by Kieran.
There's a lot of fun going on with Mr. Naza involved. As we saw a minute ago on
Gorniak on the outside of Alros. Alros squeezed him to the outside, closing the door on him. Gorniak's still on the back of him. He's going to have that DRS on he has an 87% charge. He's going to have a nice charge down that pit straight.
I think Mr. Naza out here has enjoyed his debut. He's been side by side pretty much the whole entire lap.
Oh, very tight around that hairline. Oh, bit of contact there, bit of tire touch. Oh, still contact between Naza and Pro Gamer getting the elbows out. he's going to have to early break here on the inside line. Pro Gamer just managing to nab the position there. We got a bit of argy-bargy there with the contact, but no damage. Both came out fairly clean. About jockeying for position, can't blame him there. That's some hard, tough racing.
Yeah, just got to quickly mention there. There's Kay Gorniak up to P4 now. Kay Gorniak did a brilliant double overtake as Elite Risk and Mr. Nazar were fighting that previous lap. Just slipped down the inside as I was making a little bit of contact. Kay Gorniak's had a very good restart on them sauce. He's already up to P4.
Doesn't look like he's done quite yet. He's hot on the back of Vegeta. Kieran had a brilliant move on Vegeta. I'm not sure if you saw it, but just off that in the middle of that second sector, that hard sweeping right into those close corners, Vegeta just left it barely enough room on the inside, and Kieran saw it and he dived up the inside. Beautiful, beautiful move.
Yeah, I think I saw the tail end of it as I was on board with Mr. Nazar.
You know, we're at the home of the legend Ayrton Senna, and what did he once say? The gap exists and you no longer go for it, you're no longer a racing driver. And Kieran took that to heart there with that move. Brilliant, brilliant move.
It's Kay Gorniak looks to make a move here on Vegeta.
Gorniak got a massive charge after the safety car. Vegeta trying to swerve again. Yeah, Gorniak just has a grip. Vegeta can't keep the inside line there.
Been on their medium tires 10 laps now. So he's going to
have to pit soon. I think the writing's on the wall for him. He's not going to get anywhere with these mediums for much longer.
So Aros is next in line, who is probably a bit of a loser out of that safety car. He's down to P5 right now. Kieran up to P2. As Pro Gamer gets past him now. So down to P6 now for Aros.
Not looking ideal for Aros. He was right on the back of Kieran, but he seems to run into some issues. Not going to be great for his championship run.
The front two have gotten away a bit, but we should, should see the gap close down. But with DRS,
Kieran not quite. He's still pressuring Aurelian a bit. I don't think Aurelian kind of relaxed just quite yet.
We do see the light flashing for Aurelian, so he's going to be vulnerable.
Going to start half the charge on DRS, so he's using quite a lot of it.
Pro Gamer, also one of these who depleted his DRS.
Also right on the back of Vegeta. I think Vegeta he needs to get off those mediums. He's got a bad mix of the people on the softs. That he's not going to have the grip through the corners like the softs and the fresh mediums. So he's in a lot of positions due to it.
I wonder if he'll try and get them out to the soft stint at the end. It will be interesting to see these medium runners. I think they'll have to pit again.
But Kieran might be in position here to take P1 off Aurelian. Aurelian, I think, knows that. He moves to the inside. Kieran with the DRS, he's looking up the inside. Aurelian trying to close the door on him. He does.
If there's a little lift, he's not going to go for it just yet. He's got another chance here though, to be another yellow flag.
Plenty of DRS, or ERS, excuse me. DRS is on. Aurelian moving to the inside, make this car as wide as possible. Kieran dives down the inside. Really moves back towards the outside, and Kieran, that is P1 for Kieran. But I'd say that battle's far from over. Both brilliant drivers. Aurelian's still on the hot on the tail of him. Hasn't got a whole lot of ERS, so he's only got 8%, now back up to 14 after that braking zone.
Yeah, Kieran can start to with a bit of clean air now, he can start to build that gap if he can. Pro Gamer on the back of Vegeta, getting held up a little bit on them soft tyres. As Felici has to pit once again. We see Aros down to P7, he's been overtaken by Elite Risk. Not had a good stint so
I think we're
far.
going to see Pro Gamer here on Vegeta. Vegeta's trying his best to defend, but can't do a whole lot. The DRS, the soft tires. Oh, he's going to try to keep the inside line. I think he just might. Pro Gamer also fighting back for it. It's going to go switch back to the inside line. Pro Gamer keeps it. Now Elite Risk is also on the back of Vegeta. This is not ideal for Vegeta. needs to get off those mediums.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to eke them out to maybe go for the sauce or another medium run. It's another yellow flag, and it's looks like two cars come together, Jacob and Rain.
Another safety
come
car.
Together.
Seen a lot of DNS this race, not ideal. It's starting to turn into a bit of a battle royale. The last car on the track wins at this point. Now, Vegeta, please pit. You got a safety car. You're on the old mediums. The pit lane's open. Please.
Yeah, you expect see what the leaders do. Yep, Kieran's come in. Aurelian follows. Pretty much everyone's gonna have another pit stop. Elite Risk is staying out.
Very bold move. I think he's going to push the mediums a bit more, maybe go for a late run on the softs, perhaps.
Aurelian onto the soft, so he's going to have to pit again. That's I don't think that's a very good choice there from Aurelian.
Yeah, not brilliant. I think I was going to say, he can't even, that's not even a long run on those softs are going to pop before he gets to lap 36. He's going to have to go for maybe like a quick push, and maybe a quick 10 lap push on the softs and come back for the mediums, but a bit of a gamble here from Aurelian. All of our leaders now on fresh tyres except for Elite Risks. Alros, he's got a lot of cars between him and Kieran. It's not brilliant. It's not the situation you hoped for.
Yeah, so I was reading the chat, but yeah, Aurelian has potentially ruined his race here. Probably needs another safety car to save him. If soft will definitely not last that long.
I think it was a mistake, maybe. Do you know when you're going into the pits and you don't check what tyres you're going on? Maybe he just forgot that. Maybe there's a spur of the moment, like he's going to pit, but he didn't check the tyres. Perhaps.
Yeah, it must be a mistake there. At least see him very racy at the start. So Elite Risk making a mistake as well, staying out, I think.
Yeah, it's not I think he might be in a Vegeta situation here. The tyre life is around the same as the last safety car where Vegeta was with his old medium, so looks like Elite Risk, he might be in that situation like the last race where he's in a brilliant position and he just happens to lose it towards the end.
No, this is the third. Is it the third safety car we've had this race? The safety car is very sensitive around Brazil.
Yeah, driver of the day is the safety car. We'll say that. But yeah, I believe it's the third, and then we have had a VSC as well. Safety car in this lap. Back to racing. It really might be on he's going to have a good charge here. I think it really can get to P1 just because softs over mediums, but they're not going to last him very long compared to the other boys at the front on the mediums. But Elite Risks backing them up into a nice back. Out of run, he's going to stick down the throttle. Pudgy Porter's stuck in between Kieran and Elite Risks. Can he get out of the way? Come on, Pudgy.
He will be ghosted.
Pudgy, what are you doing, bud? Come on. There you go.
He will be ghosted, but
Oh, Pro Gamer throwing his hat in the ring. He's just going to go on the outside of Aurelian. Oh,
Kieran gets a 5-second penalty.
Yellow flag.
What a Norwegian. Not sure what that's for.
That's a bit of a strange one
How
there
that's
as well,
happened,
yeah.
but so that could potentially get removed, which it probably will be. You see Kay Gorniak trying to get past Pro Gamer. He gets a little bit squiggly exit there. Another yellow flag, and it's this time it is.
Please no safety car, come on.
Is it David and Kuba? Yes, it is.
Might just be
Yeah,
this
keep
no,
going.
no major crash.
Yeah.
Kieran right on the back of Elite Risks. The grip's going to come into play here on those. We have another spinner, we have Fiorucci at the back. Kieran already looking up the inside, he's anticipating that low grip from Elite Risks. Almost goes for the lunge.
Yeah, it's got to defend from Aurelian as well, he's right.
Oh, Aurelian also on the back of him. Speaking of grip as well, Aurelian's going to have that grip and he's going to put it to advantage. Right on the inside of Kieran. Kieran can't do a whole lot. Almost a double overtake from Aurelian, or from Aurelian. I thought he was going to go for a dive there. Elite Risks almost looked like.
Yeah, so he's free once again.
Fiorucci appears to be almost parked on the track. But,
he's not having a very good race back there.
he's going for Sunday drive. It appears going for a tour of the Brazilian countryside almost at this rate. What he might want to get out of the way. The leaders are going to catch up to him soon. Looks like he's limping back to the pits.
You might see a retiring pit lane or
he's
I would have
I'm not quite sure what Fiorucci's doing. He needs to get out of the way. Elite Risks, really hot in the back of Elite Risks. Goes around the outside.
Yeah, maybe just getting away of the race. I would have thought. Yep, Aurelian takes the lead once again of this race. He will have to pit again.
Kieran lose a bit of a. Having that DRS on Elite Risk, I don't think he's going to have the pace because Elite Risk has a DRS as well on Aurelian. Can't quite manage to get up the inside. He's getting very close. He might try another move again, like he tried to Vegeta. He might look up the inside, but he's a bit far back this time. Depending on how Elite Risk takes the corner, he takes it very close to the apex.
Just see how much traction Kieran has compared to Elite Risk.
Seems Aurelian is building that gap a bit with the sauce, so it's not going to last very long. Still 10 laps to go. Can he push to the end? It's going to be very, very tough, but maybe he's going to gamble it. Maybe he's going to roll the dice with the sauce.
Right, here we go then. I don't think Elite Risk has got DRS this
A
time.
whole lot. Sure, yeah, he's out of DRS range. Kieran isn't. He has the old grip on the inside. Aurelian on the going to do fastest lap of a 189. Kieran goes soaring past Elite Risks.
So Aros and Vegeta get a bit racy, they make a little bit of contact as well. Aros backs out of that.
Now if you're Aurelian, do you push those off to the end? Do you chance it? Because look how much of a gap it's getting. It's getting a nice decent gap from Kieran. Yeah, I don't know, it's very, very tough gamble. They're going to be out at least 60% if he wants to push him at the end. And he's going to be sliding on ice skates.
Well, I think it must be a mistake he went on them sus, but you might as well just go for it now and just go to the end and just try something. Yeah.
See, like the rest of the race as well, the leaders as well, all the top 10 very, very close to each other, so they can't even tip the meetings now. It's, I think it's all or nothing at this rate for Aurelian.
Yeah, they will last to the end probably, but
It'll be tough with
it won't
Kieran.
be very good. Yeah. See Kay Gorniak now eyeing up Elite Risk and he just breezes past and he is up into the podium positions. It's a great drive from Kay Gorniak so far.
Aurelian drive. If correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he started in the midfield, maybe P12 or P8, I think.
Yes, he did.
So
See Pro Gamer trying to have a look as well.
Oh, Aurelian with a 3-second time penalty. It's not going to help, especially with those softs towards the end. It's not looking great for him.
Definitely not. It's Finn also picks up a penalty, and there we go.
So
Lucy has finally retired.
Just off merit, it's looking like Kay Gorniak could be in a winning position for this race.
Well, we have another safety
Another
car now.
safety car.
Sophia Lucy has.
Oh no.
Not quite sure what Sophia Lucy was doing for the last few laps. He was just coasting along like he had no fuel or something. So.
Well, yeah, I think it might be an interesting conversation there in the Discord of Pierlucci's motivations there.
Yeah.
Now I think Aurelian,
Anyway.
Aurelian right into the pits now, trying to correct his mistake.
Yeah, so Kieran stays out. He's gonna go to the ends.
We also have elite risks in the pit as well.
Yeah, Aurelian's going for another set of softs, which is the right choice this time. Elite risk also on the softs. So it could be interesting in last few laps trying to cut through the field for Aurelian. There's a wing change there for Finn as well. He's had some contact somewhere. But can Kieran hold off Kay Gorniak Pro Gamer, who we mentioned earlier? Actually makes it. No, he went at the back of Kay Gorniak there. He started down in P16, I believe, and made himself up
Rip
into the
it,
podium
yeah.
places.
Well, also we have to take into account as well that we have 7 racers who are no longer racing with us this race, so positions in a premium this race.
Certainly are. Yep, Vegeta, Alice, Nazar back in this as well. 2 to watch are, of course, Aurelian and Elite Risk, to see how quickly they can navigate the field. See Finn now catch up to the back of the pack.
Gorniak's going to hope for a really strong charge now. As I said earlier, that penalties weren't that a nice race for almost no penalties. I think I'm swallowing my words now just looking at that timing sheet.
Well, Kieran has that 5 second for ignoring yellow flag, that would probably get removed. So it didn't seem like he did anything wrong.
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange one. It could have been a late from the safety car. Just looking at it, there was no yellow flag or anything, but I think it could have just been a Cody's mess up. But
yeah, we just see David and Elite Risk coming together at some point, because they picked up a 5 second time penalty as well. Underneath the safety car.
we also have a perfect break from P1 to P7, all on the 7-lap-old medium tyres, and from Aurelian down to Podgy Porter, all on fresh softs. So we could see some interesting charges from the boys on the softs just to get up into that top 5. I think Aurelian's definitely going to try chase back to that podium.
All out attack for these guys now.
Gorniak is definitely going to be on the edge of a seat trying to chase Kieran down here in the last few laps.
Yep, Kieran back in the field
Kieran
up.
really back
He missed contact there.
Almost getting contact, almost collecting his wing.
So the other guys went a lot earlier than Kieran. He's going to bring them right to the line as he now sends them.
Kieran leaving it very late there. He's trying to, he knows what's up with Gorniak. He knows Gorniak's on a good race and he's probably going to go for a good charge. Pro Gamer Bert looking up the inside again. I think the battle here is going to be between Gamer and Gorniak rather than Gorniak and Kieran. Pro Gamer has the ERS on. He's chasing on the back of Gorniak. He's looking at the inside. He's going to have to outbrake him. Not quite. I think he might have the inside line, but Gorniak manages to keep it. The battle is not done yet. A wheel to wheel up into the next corner. Who's going to have the line? It's looking like Pro Gamer, but no, Gorniak has the inside line. He's going to keep that P2.
Yeah, good battle there as we saw Elite Risk charging through the field here.
And all that
Just
battle
flying
was
around the outside.
1.2 second
Joel.
gap between Kieran and Gorniak.
Elite Risk being very aggressive, starting them with soft tyres like he has to be.
Also,
Up to
Aurelian
P6.
also immediately going for a charge. It looks like he might have Joel in the next corner here. Plenty of ERS to burn.
Which way is he going to go? Is he...
Looking to the outside. Oh,
Joel.
might have been a bit of contact there. Late move from Joel.
A little bit of contact on the corner, but Elite Risk is through up to P5.
Wing looks fairly intact as well, just from a quick glance.
We have Aurelian now going up Joel as well. He's going to dive down the
Dive
inside.
down the
Lot.
Beautiful move on Joel. Next up is Elite,
Lot more
is
grip.
Alros on the menu for him.
Kieran just sailed off into a distance there. He's 2.2 seconds ahead of K Gorniak.
It's that clean air, especially these small tracks, and we've got a conga line like we have got now. That clean air comes in, like, works perfectly for you. A lot of battles going on in the back, you don't have to worry about battling. Gorniak's caught up with Pro Gamer, he can just sail off into the distance.
We see Aurelian try another dive down the inside of Aros. He might try again. Or is he just going to patiently wait this time?
I have to start changing. Oh, he's going to use the ERS again. He should probably start saving that for the battles that it's going to count for. But you know, he's going to keep burning now, try to get up those positions quick. The ERS is on as well. Or is on this lap even. Excuse me. He's going to go up the inside. Aros not anticipating it. Breaks early. Let's Aurelian through. Gorniak now with a 3-second time penalty. He was up there in a podium position without penalties, but that's going to set him back a bit now. Gonna burn the DRS is on now for Aurelian, looking for Vegeta next up.
Yeah, he's Elite Risk still on the charge. He's on the back of Pro Gamer now. In DRS range.
Almost
as
brand
well.
new softs against pre-worn mediums. It's not going to look great for Pro Gamer. Well, you might be trying it
DRS to
early.
defend with either.
Elite Risk's not being patient, really wanting to get him past Pro Gamer. He's trying to switch back, bit of contact maybe. No, he's trying to ERS around the outside of the long sweeping corner. Doesn't quite have it. He's definitely going to have him on the next straight though. Almost had a beautiful clean racing there. Elite Risks and Pro Gamer.
Yep, and here he comes.
We
This
have Pro
time he
Gamer
will have
defending the
DRS.
inside, so switch back from Elite Risk to the outside. Not a whole lot Pro Gamer can do there. Vegeta also looking at Pro Gamer. That's a double. Aurelian also looking for. Oh, 3 wide into the first corner. I think Pro Gamer lost 3 positions there. That is unfortunate. A bit of contact for Pro Gamers there on the back of Aurelian, and a bit of contact there between Alros and Pro Gamer. What? 3 wide contact. What? Pro Gamer's gone down from what, P4 to P8 in less than a lap. That is unfortunate for Pro Gamer.
Yeah, not sure he's got wing damage from Max. He looked like he just backed off completely. He's still on the back of Joel, so maybe not. But here comes Aurelian on Vegeta. So you're going to try down the inside.
Vegeta's leaving him enough room. Aurelian knows that.
Yeah,
Could have something similar around the outside of the left-hander here. Vegeta isn't allowing it.
Vegeta certainly left the door open there. So with the DRS, he should be a pretty
Sail
simple
line.
pass.
Vegeta almost
Right,
blocked
he's got
off the inside there, but leaves the door open just enough for Aurelian to slip by.
got it done before the DRS.
That was a crazy last lap. What was that? 3 wide into the first turn one, and then oof. Surprised nobody came
Really,
away there with a loose wheel or no wings missing. An Elite Risk on the inside of Gorniak. Gorniak leaving him just enough room to slip by. Gorniak goes wide. Elite Risk is up into P2.
Yeah, the Elite Risk has definitely made the most of them tyres. They've been very aggressive
Very strong
since the
push from
beginning.
Elite Risk on those softs. Aurelian is looking to be in position for a P3 finish if he can keep up to Gorniak. Can Elite Risk catch Kieran for the win?
I wouldn't think so.
large gap, but it is declining a bit. Liris is going to have to really keep his head down, get the focus now. It's gone back up to 2.3. It's going to have to hope for a miracle, but still brilliant charge to P2. I think he, no, after the, I think he had a bad start. He had a bit of contact, but and trouble with the some damage, but you know, really racing both Kieran and Liris. Brilliant charge from Gorniak as well, from almost near the back of the field or the midfield up into P3 now.
Yeah, we see Aros gonna make a move with Vegeta. Down the outside he goes. So the camera is terrible. As Vegeta holds on down the inside.
Vegeta's defending this race is almost perfect as well, leaving just enough room for some clean racing, but not enough room for overtakes.
Yeah, he will be vulnerable once again down the pit straight. Aurelian now in also DRS territory of K Gorniak. And looks like K Gorniak's just going to miss out that DRS from Elite Risk. And he's gone wide, and he's made contact.
That is damage for Aurelian. That is crucial. Oh, it really goes wide. Aurelian is not too happy, I reckon. Still going to pass Gorniak, but is it going to matter? That damage. Going to be tough to keep it in control. It's far too late to pit for Aurelian. He's going to have to try keep it on track.
Okay, Gorniak's going to get his space back, it looks like. Yeah, okay, Gorniak went a bit wide, but I think Aurelian had enough time to sort of react and dodge.
Tough situation there.
Similar situation last week where he had wing damage on the last few laps and dropped down. But he's just got a nurse car back now and he currently P4. I think he can hold on to that.
We have Alaros right in the back of the
closing in. Kieran coming round the last couple of corners, but we'll stay on board with Aros to see if Vegeta can make a move, as Kieran will now cross the line to win provisionally as Elite Risk finished second, and it's like no other moves.
Vegeta moves up into P2 and Aros moves into P3 after penalties.
Yeah, all provisional of course, so we see that couple of safety car incidents as well. There's a decent race, lots and
lots of action, some pleasant, some not so pleasant. I think we got a good mix there of some beautiful racing, especially between a lot of car-to-car battles, some beautiful like side-by-sides, but then bad mix of safety cars, some unfortunate DNFs, but nice fun race, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Gorniak, driver of the day, of course. That would be my selection as well.
Yep, hard to disagree with that. Right, there is the provisional race results, if you want to run down the order.
Just watching the podium celebration, excuse me, sorry. We have Kieran in provisional P1, Vegeta P2, Alaros P3, Gorniak P4 after a beautiful charge from the midfield after starting in P12, Aurelian P5, Mr. Naza P6 after starting in P11, Elite Risks is P7, Joel P8 after starting in P14, another great charge, Pro Gamer P9 after starting in 16th, Origin Finn P10, David and Kuba P11, Podgy Porter P12, Fiorucci P13, Jacob P14, EQR Rain P15, JR McGill P16, Pac Bussy P17, F1 Safe Master P18, and Fury Knights P19.
Yep, so I've just done a little quick maths while you're doing that, and Kieran and Aros will go into round 11 level on 156 points.
Oh, it's getting close. Sounds a bit familiar, I must say.
Yeah, definitely. Spain is the next one. It's a very tough track on tyres. Quite hard to overtake round there as well. So maybe Aros. Definitely Kieran's won the win tonight 'cause it's probably one of his favourite tracks and he's taken full advantage. Even with that 5-second penalty, it seems.
It
So
was a
hold on to
bit
that.
of a questionable penalty after he got penalised for something that just simply didn't exist. But you know, Codemasters.
Didn't matter in the end because he won the race anyway.
Still
it
won.
seems. So, yep. So tier 2, you'll be racing that, I would imagine. Where are we tomorrow? We're at USA. As
Yeah,
you
you
was
did.
saying earlier,
Definitely
your favourite track.
amazing, fun track of Coda that I wasn't cursing at before we started the stream, but yeah, it should be a nice, interesting race. Very raceable track. You got a nice wide track, a lot of nice hard braking corners. Should be in for a nice, interesting race tomorrow.
Yeah, and Mr. Fury Knights will be in the commentary box for that one. And we shall end the stream there. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.